Okay, today I will speak to you about a young girl from India, a 20 something, not too sure her age, 20 something year old chick. Chick means like not chick as chicken. 20-year-old girl, okay, something 20 something, who kind of made friends with me. Friends in the sense like online, not girlfriend or anything. Well, if I was in my Playboy days, maybe I would have. But anyway, she's from India. She admires me. Ooh. Thinks I'm wow. Which is common for young girls when they see people who they see larger than life or older men. They have a fascination for them. It's obvious. I understand that. We all do that with movie stars, celebrities, people we admire. Okay, so she admires me, and it's not a bad thing. She sees me as maybe a father figure, maybe, I know some of you, yeah, father figure, yeah, Loy, daddy, sugar daddy. Maybe sugar daddy, maybe, potential, if he was my lover. Oh, I know, I'm so evil, no? Loy, you're a pervert, pedophile. How dare you talk about... Shut your mouth. No, sorry. Shut your ass. That's what I want to say. Okay. So after all that bullshit, so she asked me a question. In fact, she asked me too many questions. And sometimes so fucking irritating. She always sends me questions. It never ends. It's like, I don't have time to... But she asked me... But the questions she asked me are good questions. It's not stupid or whatever. So this 20-year-old chick, let's call her, let me give her a name. Nandini. That sounds like a very Indian name. Or if you want Saraswati, Sheila. Sheila is, remember the Indian movie, Sheila Ki Jawani. But anyway, I don't want you to get fantasy images of bobs and vagin. So let's keep Nandini. It's like a very yo. Nandini. Okay. Now, there was an actor, right? Nandini? Nargis. I think Nargis Varghese. Yeah, something like that. Okay, Nandini. Fine, whatever. So this 20-something Nandini. Where was I? Okay, ask me a question. So what is the question? She asked me about career. She asked me about writing. She asked me about speaking. She also asked me about, being a digital nomad and career. I'll cover all these points in this video. Okay. So let's jump into it. If I recollect her question, number one was writing skills. How am I so good at writing? Okay. The answer is very simple. Perfect practice makes you perfect. Not practice makes perfect. Perfect practice makes you perfect. What do I mean by that? Okay. See, you can give 10% of your effort and just write something. It will not help you improve. Yes, I've always said do the minimum work. At least do something. But if you put a little bit of effort, attention, your heart, your mind, 100% focus, you'll be much better off than anyone else. So when I started off writing, you will be shocked if I tell you this, at the age of 30, not even younger than that, even at 30, if you had asked me to draft an email, I knew fuck all. My typical email, dear sir, like even with the CV, the resumes like people send, they say, dear sir, I hereby present my profile, resume for your kind perusal. I has to do the same crap. I has to like, dear sir, just copy paste that. And the internet was in infancy, so I would check, okay, best covering letters and this and that, and just copy paste some shit. However, once I got into Toastmasters, if those of you who follow me know that I joined Toastmasters, I love the attention, I love the applause, I love the opportunity to speak, and I was born talkative. I love grabbing every opportunity to speak. So initially, I has to win prizes in speaking without writing a written speech. But later on, as my levels got higher, because there's a leveling system in Toastmasters, I stopped winning prizes. And I also always wonder, like, why am I not winning prizes? And for those of you who know me, know that I always take mentors and guidance. So my mentors told me, Loy, you need to write your speech. So I was like, okay, I'll just type it out something. There's no, you have to write down word for word. Like, what are you talking? Word for word. My mentor, who is the late Lucky Savlani, he died suddenly. You can check, I posted a video, in his honor. He told me, yes, Loy, every word you say, exactly, you need to write it down. For me, it was a shocking thing, like, so 7 minutes, every word you want me to write it down, that I speak for 7 minutes? The speech timing is around, 7 minutes on an average. 7 minutes, 30 seconds, you get disqualified. So I was like, shit, man, 7 minutes I have to write. So that kind of forced me to write down my thoughts. And then when I wrote it down, obviously I don't know if the grammar is correct. And now, currently there's, something fell down there. Now there is Grammarly. Those days there was no Grammarly also. So I didn't know whether my sentence construction was right or I has to just type. So when I sat down with my mentor, Lucky Savlani, he told me, no, Loy, write properly. So my written script, he would take it carefully and he would sit with me. He would actually sit with me. Okay, Loy, the first sentence, this. He would go and say, Loy, why did you say it like this? Okay, what is the next sentence? Okay, does the third line go with the second line and the first line? Does the fourth line go with the third line and second line and first line? Does this whole paragraph make sense? What is it that you're trying to say? Why did you use this word? Is there a better word? He would take the thesaurus. Do you think this is a tongue twister? Okay, is the tense correct? Fuck, it was like, oh shit, man, all these things are there. Now, mind you, my grammar still sucks, my pronunciation still sucks, my writing also still sucks. But what I realized is you don't have to be perfect to communicate an idea. Like, if you actually look at it, when we speak to people on a day-to-day level, do you think we are so focused on the grammar? Oh, I have to say the pronunciation. People make fun of me on YouTube. Hey, you sound like a fucking Mallu. Hey, your pronunciation, what shit, hey, your grammar sucks. Yes, you're right. I was born and raised as an Indian. Of course I'll sound like a... What do you want me? Howdy, partner. This is Loy Machedo from Texas. What do you... How you want me to sound like? Morning, how are you? I'm from UK. But a Chinese will sound like Chinese. South Indian will sound like South Indian. People sound exactly the way they're supposed to sound. There's no correct accent or all that. That's why I find it so funny when I see Indians putting, hi, how are you? My name is Sukhvinder Singh. Singh, Singh with a S and a K. Or best is, my name is Koshikuti Korean. Korean as a K, not with a curry, with a C. So yes, I sound Indian. My pronunciation was not perfect. My grammar was not perfect. But what I learned from Lucky was, you must have pronunciation. And how do you do that? Is by, pronouncing the, don't, like, for example, hey, how are you doing, man? What did I say just? How are you doing, man? Did you understand what I said? I'll say it again. How are you doing, man? What I said just now was, how are you doing, man? How are you doing, man? Now, it's obviously not grammatically correct or whatever, but it's how are you doing, man? But when you're lazy in pronouncing the words, you'll say, how are you doing, man? Hey, okay, man? Everything well? Okay, okay. Okay, bye. Like if you go to Dublin, Ireland, the local residents who are Irish, you or even the Scottish, you'll not understand a word they say. For example, just imagine this guy, when I used to work in a, this petrol station where they have a shop, like a store, where you fill up petrol. This guy would come up to me and say, "Hey man, I want to jump a boo." "Hey man, I want to jump a boo." I was like, "Oh, what did he just say?" What he was trying to say, "Hey mate." The accent, forgive the accent. I forgot the accent. I might give a jump a boo. Like, "Hey mate, could you give me a John Player Blue?" But the way they, "Hey man, going to John Player Blue." So, being lazy with pronouncing, like when I make my videos, this is not the way I actually talk. When I talk to my wife or my baby, I don't say, "How are you, Nit Nipa, Nakun? Are you fine? Baby, come here." No. I'm like, "Yeah, come. It's simple." But when I'm making a video, it's not I'm putting on an accent, but I'm pronouncing each and every word, putting emphasis. So, coming back to what I was saying was, the grammar doesn't have to be perfect. The pronunciation doesn't have to be perfect. The delivery doesn't have to be perfect. But you should be able to communicate the idea. And if you can do that, you have achieved your goal. Now, that doesn't mean you should ignore grammar. That doesn't mean you should have mistakes. That doesn't mean you should not correct yourself or try to improve. See, I use Grammarly app. Okay, it's a free app. They're not sponsored, I'm telling you. I use Grammarly. I check spellings always before I send a letter. Okay, but where the art of writing comes, after you have written it, you need to read it. And one of the very powerful strategies I used was, what I said in 100 words, can I say the same in 50? So if I can say it in 50 words, why should I have 100? And then I would force myself, okay, I have 50 words. Can I say this in 20? So when I used to force myself to say the same message in less number of words, it made me a better communicator. Now the only challenge here is, how would you fill in the extra words? That is where practice comes in. You need to articulate your thoughts. You need to know what you're saying. For example, if I were to make a video, let's say, you can check before this video, I spoke on Imran Khan. Okay? Now, by default, Google wants your videos to be at least minimum 6 to 8 minutes, or they don't have any reason to share your video or make it viral. Okay? So I have to speak for 6 to 8 minutes. Now imagine I want to give my opinion about Imran Khan and just say that Imran Khan resigning is a bad thing. Now if I just say Imran Khan resigned, it's a bad thing, I've given the main message, and now nobody needs to see the rest of the video, right? So the challenge is, how do you make this interesting? Remember the 3 factors that I use in my personality, in my videos, in my writing, both verbal and communication, not just writing but even the spoken word, is number 1, it should be informative. For that you need to do research. Number 2, it should be interesting. That's why if you see my thumbnails, always yellow or red or shocker, and it should have the intrigue factor. Intrigue comes first and interesting comes next. Intrigue is, what is this all about? It's like, they say, it should be like a bikini. It should keep your interest while you should still want to see more, and you keep it interesting. Show just a little bit where the main part is missing. You know what I'm saying? So the 3 I's, informative, intriguing, interesting, and informative. It should go in that sequence actually. So now with regards to my writing, I used to write. Now initially when I started with 50 words every single day. Then I started with, after I did that for a week, I said, okay, now I'll push to 60 words every day. Then I moved to 100 words every day. For a guy like me who didn't know how to write a few lines, being able to write more and more and more made me better. Now, what is another way of writing? In fact, she asked me, did you plagiarize? Plagiarize is you take someone's script and you copy it word for word. No, you, in today's day and age, if you plagiarize, you will be exposed. But now the question is, how do you come up with original content? The fact is, there is nobody who is coming out with absolutely so original content that nobody has heard or discovered. We are not reinventing the wheel. We are not a physicist or scientist that is discovering something that nobody is saying. All our ideas is from books that we have read, people that we have spoken to. Means the ideas are passing to us. So the essence is, how do you convert this to your style? So one idea I'll give, especially for amateurs, if you find an article, but please don't do this every time, you will get caught. And if you get caught, your name will be destroyed. Don't have that. Now, I'll give you a good example. Take an article that you like, copy paste the whole thing word for word, full thing. After you've copied it word for word, divide it into paragraphs. After you divide it into paragraphs, every paragraph ask yourself, okay, what is the essence of what he's trying to say here? So you can even take it line by line and convert it to your style. Okay? This is what journalists do. They take it from Reuters, an incident, like I said about Pakistan Prime Minister. It came from Reuters or some breaking news. They would take the whole article, copy paste it, take the main key points, and then reword this entire article in the way they understood it. Then after they have reworded this, read it again, go through it and simplify it. I know right now it might sound like, oh shit man, there's so much of work involved. That is why, take small articles. Take a paragraph of 50 words. What is he trying to say? Reword it the way you would say it. And what is the best practice that I can give you is, try movie reviews, try giving your opinion on the incidents that are taking place. And a good place to start off is either Quora, but be careful, Quora is very, I don't know, call it left or right or whatever. They censor a lot of this thing, and if you're not diplomatically correct, they'll get you banned. So don't speak on controversial topics or politics, just speak on general stuff. Okay, one is Quora, and what will boost your incentive to write is you get all these claps and likes and comments, so just go on. Okay, another one is Medium, right? This is another website, blogger.com, medium.com, Quora.com. Write in all these three. And with Quora, the benefit is you will get ideas. Now, obviously, the next question is, Loy, where do you get your ideas from? It's very simple. Go to CNN, go to BBC, go to I normally go to Khaleej Times, Gulf News, national newspaper, because my core focus is the Middle East countries, especially UAE. So I check UAE papers. But then the international papers, BBC, CNN, Reuters, Al Jazeera. I check all these. And even I check the ones which are not very popular. I might even check like RT. So the main thing is to read all these outlets. See the headlines. They normally tend to put the headlines of what goes viral. A good tip that I'll give you here is, go to Daily Mail online. Okay, this is one of those gossipy tabloid newspapers, but they also give true, real information. Go to Daily Mail online. Check what are the headlines, because they normally put the headlines of what is trending. Another idea is, go through Facebook. Just scan. Go through Instagram. Keep scanning. What is trending, you'll normally see it. Okay. So that is where you get your ideas from. Like I said, if you write every single day, you will get better. But make it a point to read what you have written after you write. And then after a month or 2 months, go back to your articles and see it again. Okay? See, is this nice? To my shock and surprise, initially when I started to write 50 words, I really thought I was the greatest writer on the planet. I thought I was heading for the Pulitzer Prize. I kept doing this for 6 months, and then when I went back to check the old articles, I was horrified. I was like, what shit am I writing? Like, my first article that I wrote was, there was a wall which was very tall, and I hit it with a ball. Made me feel so small. I'm serious, this is what I wrote. Oh good, all ball, tall mall, all shit, stupid. I was so ashamed, I deleted all the, I shouldn't have done that. I should have kept it. Okay, so you'll be horrified. But then if you're horrified, that shows progress, because that means you're getting better. So keep writing new articles, keep taking new ideas. You don't aim for perfection. Now the same template you can use for public speaking. Okay, I'll not go too much because it'll be too much content in one video, which people might miss, or it'll go over your head. But I would tell you, do the same where public speaking is also concerned, or communication that is verbally, because we all communicate verbally, right? Keep making YouTube shorts, that helps. Keep uploading videos on Instagram and give your opinion. Try TikTok. Don't have TikTok where you do monkey business. Yes, once a while it's good to dance and do some silly stuff for attention, but communicate ideas. Give your opinion on things, but be careful that you don't violate on sensitive issues, which will get you in trouble. So overall, in terms of writing, this is how you can improve. In terms of speaking, I have a lot more. I mean, you're asking me like literally 30 years of strategies on public speaking, which will be too much for a few minutes video. But for now, this is good enough. See, one last thing I'll tell you, okay? One last thing. Today, if I'm able to make videos, write articles, like in Quora, if you Google search on Quora, I have 6,000 articles. I used to write minimum 100 answers. And people used to think, oh, 100 answers. So Loy used to write one word per answer, one line. No, there were many people who were doing that. One line per answer. And no, I said, no, I'll discipline myself. I'll give a proper answer. It used to take me 12 to 14 hours a day. And I did this for nearly, I think, 8 months or 6 months. Just imagine, 12 to 14 hours a day without missing a single day. That's how I have 6,000 answers on Quora. Okay. That's how I became better at writing. Even in my speeches. Just imagine Toastmasters speeches. People used to normally write 1 draft or 2 drafts or 5 drafts. I used to keep a track of how many drafts I used to write. I literally had 800 drafts for a speech. 800. Can you imagine that? I used to literally show off and take my drafts to show people. That's fucking stupid. In terms of public speaking, I used to practice every single day when I was a competitor for 12 to 14 hours. I used to take Thursday, Friday, which those days was a off day for UAE. 12 to 14 hours a day, practicing loudly in my room, not going out, nothing. And during my work days, 4 to 6 hours, I was not doing anything else. That was the level of obsession I had. I took videos, I hired speech coaches, I hired even dancing coaches for fluid movement. I even went to get my teeth whitened. I did my eyebrows. Oh shit. I mean, just imagine, even custom suits, and that's bloody crazy, obsessed. So anyway, that is a story for another video. All I want to tell you is, if you want to improve on your writing and written communication and verbal communication, this is the only way. Every single day you write, every single day you practice, every single day you read books, read articles, copy paste that article, try to reword it in your opinion. Or after you read an article, put it down in your own words and see how does it come across. And use the Grammarly app. It's a free this thing unless you order the premium. And just like the more videos you put, the more articles you put, you'll become better with time. Same way. Today, if I'm making a living doing this, it's because of 30 years of non-stop hard work and dedication. That's why I'm where I am today. Anyway, I hope this answered your question. Well, I appreciate your support always. I know you always like, share, subscribe, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But the main reason why I made this video is to help you grow and become a better person. Hope this helps. I know you'll you'll keep sending me the questions. Please put it below the video so at least people can read the questions. So that helps. And if I know that one of them has maximum number of requests, I know what to do next. Hope this answers your question. This is me signing off. You guys take care. Ciao.